Well, it's Memorial Day, and I thought I would make a, as quick as I can, a before video, because I can't do the after yet, but I'm working on the pond, as everybody knows. But let me kind of show you what's going on. I'm up here on our deck, right? So we have our deck. Cheryl's working, painting a alligator she's redoing it. She's cooking some pork butt in the Traeger, which is awesome. And that's the walkout part of our deck. So basically you would come out on the deck, and right over the deck is where you see our pond. It's like a moat. It goes all the way along the perimeter of my patio below, and comes across the front of the patio to the landing to where the steps are. So let's go down the steps real quick. But before we do that, let's check out Cheryl's butt. Oh, she got two butts. Yeah, everybody's wife's got two butts. All right, so we go down the stairs. First thing we're going to do, or one of the things we're going to do, is get rid of this Texas-style smoker. Texas-style smoker is going to go away. We're going to re-landscape here. That swing over there is just there temporarily. So get down the landing of the stairs. You see my pond. Skimmer here. Pond goes across. Large waterfall over there. Smaller waterfall over there. So over the last 5 or 6 years, to be honest with you, I've just let the pond go to shit because we've had a leak for probably 6 years. In my mind, I always thought the leak was a huge leak. It was going to be catastrophic, and it was going to take a lot of money to repair. I had a company come out here, gave me an estimate to redo it. It was phenomenally expensive, so I said nope. The leak was right here. It was easy to find, relatively easy to find, and super simple to repair. The only repair I had to do was elevate the liner so the water didn't creep back through this crease. So in order to do that, I had to pull up a bunch of limestone. So limestone's gone. So I decided to check the rest of this. So I pulled up all this limestone perimeter, which is now here, and some of it's piled up over there. And I took all the limestone off up to this cornerstone, and here also. We built this pond over 20 years ago. This is certified 20 guaranteed, whatever you want to call it, 20-year liner. So it's like 23 years old. Good thing is about it is the liner's been protected by rock and water. So a lot of UV light hasn't been able to destroy it. UV is what basically breaks down the EPDM rubber. So it's still as pliable as when we bought it, pretty much. So you got to do things in steps. So first step was to fix the leak. The leak's fixed. So water level is not dropping. So next thing I wanted to do, instead of replacing all this stone, I thought it would look really cool if we put basically a boardwalk perimeter. So when you come down the stairs to landing, you'll have a boardwalk now that goes between the beams. And the boardwalk will come here. The boardwalk will continue up to the edge of the deck, or patio rather. And then here, see where that LP tank is. A neighbor's not using it anymore, so he gave it to us. So I will build a bridge across there, because what used to happen in the glory days, after we built this, the drunk, stumbling neighbors would come over to see what we were doing. They would come along our freshly made path, and instead of walking the path all the way around the back like it was supposed to, they would take their drunken asses and jump straight over onto the patio, which I don't blame them. So now I'll put a bridge, because our friends have gotten older and I don't want anybody to break a hip. So you'll see one of the things I have to deal with is the grade. The patio naturally grades down, so water will run away from the house. But you see now my pond water is actually about 6 inches above grade, which has always been like that. That's fine, no problems. It just gives it a cooler look, because when you're sitting down, now you almost have an endless pond effect look going on. So step one, fix your leaks in the pond. So we've established that. I fixed it. The next step for me is to replace this skimmer. The skimmer's old. It's just a pain in the ass. It's got old technology that they use to pre-filter with a net. So I got a new skimmer. That skimmer's coming out, put a new skimmer in it. This plumbing you see runs underground up to what's called a biofalls, which is a huge waterfall that's full of media similar to this, that has bacteria in it that promotes good bacterial growth and keeps your pond clean. So step 2 is to identify leaks outside of the pond. Those are leaks like that basically are in the plumbing and up to the waterfall. So once I get the skimmer replaced, put a new pump in, a check valve, then we'll make sure we have no further leaks, and then we'll check the other leak, any other leaks from that pond or that waterfall to that secondary waterfall over there. And if we have no further leaks, then I can continue with the landscaping part of the pond. So I think what I'm trying to envision is a combination of stone with natural wood to give it an organic feel. You know, obviously I've got concrete that I used as a retaining wall that I did over 20 years ago. Had I known I didn't have to do that, there was no Google 23 years ago, I would have done it differently, but that's what I got. So I'll cover up all the stone or all the concrete with natural materials, stone and wood, and then we can clean up the entire patio and finish our landscaping, and it's going to look great. So this is kind of like the before. We've already got koi in there. They're over there swimming around having a great time. But yeah, I think it's going to look super awesome when we're done. Back here, we're going to take out the walkway that no one ever really used. We'll take that out, plant grass all the way up to this rock wall, redo this rock wall again, plant shrubs and low maintenance grass and bushes up here around the waterfall. I'm going to redo the waterfall after I make sure we have no leaks. I'll probably redo the waterfall a little bit. My plan is with the bridge and all the wood boardwalk, I'm going to put blue rope lighting underneath it to illuminate down into the water. I'm not putting any LED lights into the water. I've done that in the past. It's always a pain in the ass. So yeah, that's it. I'd like to say 2 weeks, ever done, but I know with my work schedule and my time and the weather we're going to have, I'm hoping by the end of the month, 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, I should have this thing knocked out and be back here drinking beer with the neighbors and having a good time. So that's it. And if it kills me, Cheryl's got plenty of insurance on me, I hope. So later.